guys, this is your girl, Love God is here in the Healing Hearts Ministry, where we are mending back to nature and wholeness one step at a time through all religions, science, physics, philosophy, theology, psychology, gifts, talents, and love of the Most High God. Listen, this is your girl. I am so honored to be here today to present this little piece that I have put together here. I want to talk about heaven, okay? I want to talk about heaven. I want to give you guys a small synopsis of, or I want to give you guys a little piece of information that I have when it comes to heaven itself. From all of the research, all of the information that I have gathered, I have come up with this theory about heaven, right? You know, or this idea of what heaven is. Okay, so people, human beings, has a favorite saying: when I get to heaven, I will da 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 dot dot dot. Okay, fill in the blank. You know, most people say, when I get to heaven, you know, I'm going to dance and play, and I'm just going to be free from all of this. Or when I get to heaven, you know, the streets will be paved with gold, and I'll be able to live a life of love and peace and happiness. When I get to heaven, I will never ever have to worry about my bills and torment or depression or anxiety. When I get to heaven, this life as I know it will be over, right? That is one of the things that humans say. When I get to heaven. Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that because the question here is, because most people say, when I get to heaven, as in I'm going somewhere soon, or soon and very soon, I will be somewhere where I'm going to be joyful, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be peaceful, because I will be in heaven. Now, the question is though, the way that humans think, the heaven that they are speaking of would be something that is outside of the physical body, right? So meaning that when I get to heaven, once I die, when this body no longer is needed, right? Right? I believe that's what they're saying. When I no longer need this body, and I go up with my Father, when I go to heaven and sit on his right side, then and only then will I have peace, joy, happiness, bliss, love, all of the things of my own desire when I get to heaven. But what they are saying is, when I leave this earth and I go up with my Father in heaven, this is when these things are going to happen. But do you truly believe that you have to physically leave the body or physically die in order to have heaven? That's the question. Because when people are speaking, human beings, all of us, when we are speaking of heaven, We are speaking of a physical death to the body, right? You either, when you physically die or leave the body behind and be a spirit, there is a place to be, is what you're saying, and that's either heaven or hell as your destination. But I'm the one to question. I've always been a person of, okay, well, is that it? We have this life of hell and torment and depression and working paycheck to paycheck and trying to strive and pay these bills, and our children are getting on our nerves, and I have anxiety now. I'm sick, and I have pain in my back, and I have migraines, and now I have diabetes, and I have heart problems, and now I have all of these things here on earth, and now, whoa, I am so tired. My body is tired. My spirit is tired. So now I'm thinking, so when this body dies and I am rid of all of this heartache and all of this pain and this body aches and something that, happens physically to my body, boy, I can't wait to get to heaven. Because when I get to heaven, there's no more sickness, there's no more pain, there's no more bills, there's no more, right? I have a scripture here. It says Matthew 6:10. It says, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So now, this kind of contradicts me thinking that I have to physically leave the body to receive heaven, right? It contradicts that. That's what the word is saying. It says your kingdom comes and your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So if I'm going through all of this torment here, in the body, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of this pain, but yet the word tells me that I can have heaven on earth, even in the body. So what is that saying? Isaiah 65:17 says, no hardship or sorrow is in heaven. Okay, so now we have Matthew 6:10 says, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But then Isaiah 65:17 said there is no hardship or sorrow in heaven. So now we have these two scriptures. One is saying that in the body, while living in this flesh, I can have heaven. But then Isaiah says that you can't bear sorrow or hardship in heaven. So how can I be of the body, living body, and still have heaven without the hardship and pain? Let me tell you, this is where you're going to get it. Matthew 18:18 says, whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you shall loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. So now, what I know is heaven is a perfect place without any hurt, any pain, any distress. It's a healed place, right? So if there is no pain, there's no hardship, there's no sorrow, this is a place of healing. That only means that I need to heal something to receive the heaven on earth, right? I beg the question because it says, whatsoever you bind on earth, bind it up, shall be bound in heaven. And whatever you loose on earth, loose it, shall be loose in heaven. Right? So, the question is, can one say that to truly reach heaven is to unpack the heavy laden of poverty, sickness, anxiety, low self-esteem, heartache, abandonment issues from your childhood, or even hate within one's heart? Only to, remember, to reach heaven, you must unpack, bind up. So, for one to truly reach heaven is to bind up or loose, unpack the heavy laden of poverty, sickness, anxiety, low self-esteem, heartache, abandonment issues from childhood, or even hate within your heart. That's what Matthew 18 and 18 is stating. That's also what Isaiah 65 and 17 is saying. And it's also stated in Matthew 6 and 10. All of that. If we unpack these things from our heart, only to pour in love, pureness, innocence, and goodness and healthy choices within one's own heart through self-preservation. Yeah. So what are you saying, love goddess? Well, this is what I'm saying. What I am saying is, whenever you can detach, let go, bind up, let loose poverty, anxiety, low self-esteem, abandonment issues, hatred, when you can let that go and allow God to pour into your life the goodness, the love, the pureness that you were created in. You are created in this. This is why you must loose and let go of all of that. That is a part of society differences, or that is a part of deliberate separation from one true self. This has been going on for light years. Deliberate separation from the God body. That what God created in his image. How did they do that? Well, there was separation and segregation. They're separating the culture, separating the races, separating some through family. It can be even your own lineage where there was a lot of separation. The fathers and the mothers did not raise the kids together. Then you have politics. You're either going to be Republican or Democrat. Then you have, you're either going to be rich, middle class, or poor, in poverty. You're either going to have a degree or you're not. And if you don't have a degree, now you can only work at these jobs that pay minimum wage. That's deliberate separation. They have been doing it from decades, for decades, um, separating from cultures, they had, peace treaties. They had where people way back when people were kidnapped from their countries to bring to another country in order to build that country up, and got little or no food or little or no pay. That is deliberate separation from oneself. Whenever someone has hit a state of poverty in their life, rather it's in you can be in poverty in many ways, in your finances, in your stability, in your spirit, poverty stricken spirited. You can be in poverty in your mental state, how you think. Are you thinking in that lower state, or are you thinking in a higher, elevated state? So that is deliberate separation. This is something that has been going on before our time, before our parents' time, before our grandparents' time, our great grandparents' time, our great 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 grandparents' time. This has been going on for decades. Deliberate separation from oneself, one's culture, one's way of being, you know. So now I spoke of pouring into yourself, through God's deliberate pouring of love, pureness, innocence, goodness, and the healthy choices that within ourselves through self-preservation. What is self-preservation? Self-preservation is self-care, self-love, to honor thyself, to understand who you are in God's creation, in the creation of the whole, who you are. So how would you do that? And how would it enhance you? How would it help you? You can do it by accepting yourself, accepting oneself by knowing who you are, accepting who you are, why you were created, understand why you were created, and do something about it. Love on yourself. Find that pureness within oneself, okay? Peel off the layers. Release yourself from low self-esteem. Release yourself from that poverty mindset. Release yourself from that heartache, by accepting who you are. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, knowing that you are a part of the whole. You are here for a reason. Find out what that reason is. Also, you can do this by being more kinder to oneself. Speaking goodness and life over yourself. Not allowing others to speak negative about you or to you, giving you, pushing low self-esteem on you. Do not allow outside energies or influences to dictate how you feel about yourself. Okay? You have to set healthier boundaries for yourself, even if that means detaching from everything that's negative in your life. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's your job. I don't care if it's your family, your children, your occupation, whatever it is. Detach, release yourself from that, because if you continue to stay attached to negative influences or negative energies outside of you, all it's going to do is bring forth depression, anxiety. It's going to bring that lower mental state, poverty mindset into you. So then that's why you must set healthier boundaries. and not allow outside influences or outside energies to dictate how you feel and how you carry yourself. Okay? Surround oneself with positive influences. Once you detach from all of those negative influences, now you want to surround yourself with more healthier, positive influences. People who can pour positive energy into you, love and kindness and pureness, innocence into you. Knowledge and wisdom, something that's going to help you to elevate as a soul. Because that's what we're doing. We're trying to allow our soul to elevate, meaning that right now, most of us, or most humans, soul has been pushed so far down into the poverty mindset to where the soul cannot truly lead you in a higher, elevated mindset or spirited way. Okay? Another way that we can enhance our self-preservation is by talking with the higher power through prayer, meditation. We have to be able to have a relationship with the higher power, God, Source, the Creator, the one who made us in His image. We have to have some form of relationship, rather it's through talking, just getting in your prayer closet and wherever you are, silencing your mind, taking time to step back away from everyday living and thinking and be, to release from that and allow yourself to open up the doors to heaven. You have to be able to open those doors. And how do you open it? You get away from the busy lifestyle. You get away from the busy, I have to work to provide. I understand you have to work. Everyone has to work in order to survive, or in order to, pay bills and have a roof over your head. But that is not the first thing we need or to think about, because when you open up the heavens, when you open up the kingdom and you allow the kingdom to be loose here on earth within oneself, then you're able to seek that kingdom first, and then everything else shall follow. Everything else shall be in place. Your bills will be paid. Your kids will be taken care of. You will have a roof over your head. Food will be, things will come. The desires of your heart shall come. But you first must open up the windows of heaven within yourself. Seek that kingdom first. And another way to have self-preservation is to reflect on your thoughts. Reflect on your thoughts and reflect on your accomplishments. Celebrate that. Celebrate your accomplishments. When you overcome certain things in your life, celebrate it. Because if you don't celebrate it, you have to celebrate it yourself. Even if you celebrate it alone, you don't have to have people celebrate you. Don't look for outside influences or outside energies to celebrate you. Celebrate yourself. That is self-preservation. Know who you are. You are created by God, Source, the Creator of the whole. That makes you great. We were perfectly made in His image. Okay? So to end this about heaven, what I want to tell you today, we don't have to wait till we die or leave this body to have heaven. Heaven is in here. God created us And we are his heaven. We are his pureness. We are his likeness. We are his good works. So that means we are the heaven. We are the universe. We are all a part of that great big vision that God had. So you don't have to die and leave the body to receive heaven here on earth. You just have to believe and have faith in the Creator and know that you are a part of the whole and you have a mission to accomplish. And the only way you're going to accomplish that mission is through first seeking the kingdom within oneself to open up the doors of heaven so that you can walk in your calling, in your purpose as that 0.00001% of the whole. So what I'm going to end with is this. Heaven is when you become your true and authentic way of being, who the Creator created in his likeness, that was good and just to the whole of this universe. All right? So that's it. This your girl, Love Goddess. I love you guys so much. I hope that you guys were able to resonate with the message that I have brought forth today, myself and the Creator. It was laid in my heart. People need to know you don't have to die. The body does not have to leave this earth to receive the kingdom. Be your true, authentic self. Release yourself. Bind up these things that they have said you are and become who God said you are. I love you. This your girl, Love Goddess, Nisha. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Be blessed, my people. We are one. We are one, and we were created as a wholeness in his likeness. I love you. Bye.